Listen. Listen closely. I need you to forget everything you think you know about mornings, about routines, about starting your day. What I am about to share with you is not a life hack. It is not a 10-step productivity gimmick. It is a fundamental rewiring of your entire existence, a psychological and spiritual operating system forged in the fires of ancient Stoic wisdom, and is designed for one purpose only: to transform you from a reactive boy into a proactive man, from a follower of trends into a commander of your own destiny, from someone who begs life for a good day into someone who builds a great life from the ground up every single day with his own two hands and an iron will. This is about the sacred space between waking and engaging, that fragile, precious hour where your mind is soft clay, where the world hasn't yet stamped its boot print on your soul, where you are your most vulnerable and yet you're most powerful. This is a ground zero of your character, and what you do here, in these first silent moments, will echo through every decision, every interaction, every moment of triumph or failure for the next 16 hours. Most men, 99 out of 100, they fumble this moment catastrophically. They surrender before they even realize it's a battle. The alarm screams, a hand slams on snooze. First defeat. The eyes open, and instead of looking inward, they look at a screen, flooding their newborn consciousness with a torrent of other people's opinions, other people's lives, bad news from continent away, angry notifications, shallow comparisons, second and total defeat. Before they've taken a single purposeful breath, they are already behind, already anxious, already playing defense in a game they didn't even know started. Their mind, which should be a quiet temple at dawn, is a crowded, noisy marketplace of chaos. And they wonder why they feel scattered, why they lack focus, why they are pushed by the winds of emotion and circumstance instead of steering their own ship. Now, I want you to picture the alternative. Picture the 1%. It is the same hour, the same darkness. But this man, he awakens not to an alarm, but to an intention. There is no jerk, no panic. His eyes open, and he sees the ceiling, and he takes a breath, and he knows that this day is a canvas, and he holds the brush. He does not reach for a phone. He reaches for his own mind. He sits up, and the silence around him is not empty. It is full of potential. The silence is his ally, his strength. He owns the silence. And because he owns the silence, he will own everything that follows. He is not checking the world. The world will have to wait for him. He is Marcus Aurelius in his tent on the German frontier, preparing his mind for the chaos of battle and leadership. He is Seneca in his study, fortifying his soul before the madness of Roman politics. He is you, but the version of you that you have always sensed was possible, the calm, centered, powerful, undisrupt you. This is not a fantasy. This is a practice. This is a Stoic morning ritual, and is your birthright as a man who seeks to live not by accident, but by design. For the next period of time, I want you to lock in with me. I am going to take you, step by brutal step, through the exact architecture of this ritual. This is not about adding more to your to-do list. It is about changing the very core of how you meet your life. Each pillar we discuss builds upon the last, creating an unshakable foundation. You will feel the urge to scroll away, to dismiss this as too simple or too hard. That is the weak voice that has kept you at 99%. Today, you starve that voice. Today, you feed the warrior. This is the path to becoming the 1%. Let's begin. The first and most critical pillar, the bedrock upon which all else is built, is what I call the instant, unthinking victory. You must understand this. The moment of waking is a microcosm of your entire life struggle. In that haze between sleep and consciousness, your primitive brain, the part that seeks comfort and safety above all else, will whisper lies to you. It will say, "You're tired. It's cold. 5 more minutes won't matter. Start tomorrow." This is a siren song of mediocrity. Every time you hit snooze, you are not just delaying your day. You are conducting a ritual of self-betrayal. You are voting, in that instant, for a weaker version of yourself. The Stoic man ends that war before it starts. He removes the negotiation. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, had to remind himself of the simple, brutal truth. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. But he followed that thought with action. His meditation continues. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. Do you hear the gravity in that? The work of a human being. Your work is not your job title. Your work is to live virtuously, to engage with reality, to do what you are meant to do. Hiding under blankets is not your work. So, the practice is stupidly simple, yet profoundly difficult. When your eyes open or when your alarm sounds, you do not think. You do not have a committee meeting in your head. You act. You swing your legs out. You plant your feet on the floor. You stand up. You have just won. You have asserted with your body that your spirit is in command. This instantaneous victory sets a tone of dominion that will ripple through your entire day. You have proven to yourself in the very first minute that you can defeat discomfort. You have momentum. The rest of the ritual is built upon this first decisive conquest. Now, having claimed that physical victory, you must immediately fortify your mental territory. This brings us to the second pillar, the sacred, guarded silence. For the next 30 to 60 minutes, your mind is a sacred sanctuary, and you are its fierce guardian. Under no circumstances do you violate the space with input from the outside world. No phone, no news, no podcasts, no television, no checking emails, no scrolling, nothing. You are in a state of intentional sensory deprivation from the digital chaos. Why? Because your mind in the morning is like a clean whiteboard. If the first thing you do is turn on a fire hose of information, gossip, tragedy, and social media posturing, you are not writing on that board. You are splattering it with mud. You are beginning your day in a state of reactive panic. Your nervous system jacked up by problems that are not yours to solve before you've even solved the problem of being centered in your own body. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, a man born into slavery who gained unimaginable mental freedom, gave us the key. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things. Let people think you're missing out. You are not. While they are consuming the curated highlights and manufactured crises of others, you're doing the most important work of your life, connecting with yourself. Sit in a chair, stand and look out a window. Just be. Breathe. Feel the air moving in and out of your lungs. Listen to the sound of your own home, the distant hum, the beat of your own heart. Watch your thoughts come and go like clouds in a vast sky, but do not chase them. Do not grab them. Just observe. The silence is not passive. It is deeply active. It is the process of clearing the debris from the previous day, of resetting your nervous system to its baseline of calm power. In this silence, you remember who you are when no one is watching, when no one is labeling you, when no one is demanding anything from you. This is where you find your center of gravity. And from this center, you cannot be knocked over. From that deep, centered silence, you now engage in the third pillar, the Stoic superpower known as Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. This sounds dark, but it is, in fact, the ultimate practice of optimism because it is the practice of preparedness. You are about to step into a world that is unpredictable and often unfair. Things will go wrong. People will be rude. Plans will fall apart. Traffic will snarl. Your own energy will dip. The 99% man is shattered by these things because he expects the world to be easy, to conform to his desires. He is emotionally invested in a plan going perfectly. When it doesn't, he spirals into frustration, anger, or despair. The Stoic 1% man expects the world to be the world. He does not hope for a smooth sea. He builds a strong ship. Seneca said it perfectly. He robs present ills of their power who has perceived their coming beforehand. So, in your morning silence, you calmly and deliberately walk through the potential challenges of your upcoming day. You close your eyes. You ask, What could realistically go wrong today? What difficult conversation might I have? Where might I feel impatient? What task might frustrate me? What if I face rejection or criticism? And then, this is the critical part, you visualize not just the event, but your ideal response. You see yourself in that traffic jam, breathing deeply, accepting the delay, using the time to listen to something useful or simply think. You see yourself receiving unfair criticism, listening calmly, nodding, and responding with grace rather than defensiveness. You see yourself tired, but choosing to take the next disciplined action anyway. You are mentally rehearsing virtue. You are building neural pathways for calmness and courage. When that challenge actually arises later, it is not a shocking ambush. It is a scenario you have already faced and conquered in the dojo of your mind. You meet it with a weary smile, thinking, "Ah, there you are. I've been expecting you." This practice alone will give you a calmness that feels like a superpower in our reactive world. Now, having prepared for the storms, you must plant your flag. This is the fourth pillar, the anchoring truth. Your mind needs a North Star, a single, unwavering principle to return to when the winds of chaos blow. In the silence, after your premeditation, you must consciously choose and implant this truth. This is your Stoic mantra for the day. It is not a vague affirmation like, "I am great." It is a philosophical principle, a fragment of wisdom that guides action. It could be the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Or Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Or a distilled version of your own. Today, I control my perceptions. I act with integrity. Say the sentence out loud with conviction. Write it down on a piece of paper. Engrave it onto your heart. This truth becomes your anchor. Throughout the day, when you feel frustration rising, when you feel distracted, when you feel slighted, you can drop this anchor. You can mentally return to this phrase. I have power over my mind, not outside events. Instantly, you are recentered. The external problem hasn't changed, but your relationship to it has. You are no longer its victim. You are the conscious actor choosing your response. This anchoring truth is the keystone that holds the arch of your character upright. With your anchor set, you must now map the territory of your own soul. This is the fifth pillar, the mind journal, the CEO's daily board meeting. This is where Stoic reflection becomes tangible. Take a notebook, a simple, physical notebook. For just 5 to 10 minutes, you will download the contents of your mind. This is not a diary of events. It is an audit of your inner world. You ask yourself the ancient, powerful questions. First, what am I grateful for? Name 3 specific, simple things. The warmth of this cup, the roof over my head, my health. Gratitude is the antidote to entitlement and the gateway to abundance. Second, what are my priorities for today? Not a massive list, but the 1 to 3 things that, if accomplished, would make this day a success. Write them with clarity. Third, and most importantly, what virtue will I practice today? Stoicism is a philosophy of action, of character. Will today require me to practice courage in a difficult conversation? Discipline in sticking to my diet and work habit? Patience with my children or colleagues? Wisdom in making a financial decision? Name the virtue in the specific arena. Fourth, what is one negative thought or fear I can release? Name it. I'm afraid this presentation will go poorly. Then, write its Stoic refutation. My worth is not tied to their opinion. I will focus on delivering my truth with clarity. This journaling process does something magical. It takes the vague, swirling anxiety in your head and puts it on paper where you can see it, analyze it, and master it. You are no longer in your mind. You are observing it. You become the strategist of your own psyche. The sixth pillar bridges the world of thought and the world of action, the body activation, temple maintenance. The Stoics were not feeble academics. Marcus Aurelius trained as a soldier. Seneca wrote about the importance of physical hardiness. They understood a profound truth. A soft body cultivates a soft mind. Your physical vessel is a temple of your spirit, and you must maintain it with respect and rigor. This is not about getting shredded for vanity. It's about building the physical correlative discipline. You need to signal to your entire organism that rest time is over and action time has begun. For 10 to 20 minutes, you must move. This could be a brisk walk in the fresh air, a series of bodyweight exercises, push-ups, squats, planks, yoga, or stretching. And I strongly urge you to incorporate some form of cold exposure, a cold shower, or even just splashing your face with ice-cold water. Why the cold? Because it is the purest, fastest teacher of willpower. When that cold water hits you, every fiber of your being will scream to get out. To stay under it is an instantaneous act of courage and self-command. It teaches you that you can tolerate extreme discomfort for a short period, that you are stronger than your instincts. It shocks your system awake, boosts circulation, and floods you with a sense of invincibility. Moving your body pumps oxygen-rich blood to your brain, sharpening your focus and burning off the fog of sleep. It is a physical declaration. I am alive. I am strong. I am ready. Finally, the seventh pillar, the capstone of the ritual, the identity rehearsal, becoming the man. Before you step out of your sanctuary and into the world, you must consciously choose a character you will play today. You are not a passive actor reading a script life hands you. You are the playwright and the lead actor. Seneca warned us, we are what we repeatedly do. So, let's be intentional about what we repeatedly do. Close your eyes for 2 final minutes. Now, visualize. See yourself as the man you intend to be. See yourself walking into your workplace or starting your projects with calm, focused energy. See yourself in that difficult meeting, speaking clearly and listening intently, your emotions steady. See yourself at lunch, choosing the nutritious food that fuels your mission, not the junk that sabotages it. See yourself facing an unexpected problem, pausing, breathing, and methodically working a solution. See yourself at the end of the day, looking back with the quiet satisfaction of a man who lived by his principles, who did not betray himself. This mental rehearsal is not wishful thinking. It is neural programming. You are carving the grooves of this new identity into the substrate of your brain, making it the default path. You are moving from hoping to be a disciplined man to experiencing yourself as one in your mind's eye, which is the first and most critical step to becoming one in reality. Warrior, this is the architecture. This is a Stoic morning ritual. From the instant victory to the identity rehearsal, it is a complete system for taking ownership of your life from the moment you wake. It is a cascade of small, intentional wins that build an unshakable foundation for a day of power. This is what separates the 1% from the 99. The 99% ask, what will today do to me? The 1% ask, what will I do with today? They don't just have mornings, they have rituals. They don't just have habits, they have disciplines. They don't just wake up, they ascend. This will not be easy. The first week will be a war. Your old self, the comfort-seeking, distraction-craving self, will fight back with everything it has. It will tell you this is too much, too hard, too weird. That voice is the sound of the 99% dying. Starve it. Feed the new voice, the one that says, I am the commander of my dawn. I am the sculptor of my day. I am the 1%. Start now, not tomorrow, not next Monday. Tomorrow morning, implement just pillar 1. Just win the instant victory. Get up without thought. Once that is mastered, add pillar 2. Guard your silence. Build your ritual brick by brick, day by day. Your life in 2026 is being built by what you do every morning in 2024. The choice is yours, a life of reactive distraction or a life of proactive, stoic power. The path is here. If this resonated with a part of you that knows you are meant for more, that is tired of feeling scattered and weak-willed, then prove it to yourself. Smash the like button right now. Let that be your first digital act of discipline. subscribe and turn on notifications to this channel, Stoicism Philosophy Wisdom, because this is just the beginning. We are building an army of disciplined minds here. Comment below with the word ascend. Let me see the brotherhood that is ready to rise. And share this video with one other moon who needs to hear this message. Lift him as you climb. The dawn awaits you, warrior. Own it. I will see you tomorrow on the path.